So hi friends, we are basically on this question fair distribution of cookies. So first of all we will read the question and we will understand what they are asking us. So you are given an integer array cookies where cookies of I denotes the number of cookies in the ith bag. So basically we have a cookies of vector. Okay. So let us see in diagrammatic representation. So we have a cookies vector which contains several amount of integers. So what they represent is cookies of I denotes the number of cookies in ith bag. So basically we have total of 5 bags here in which each bag contains some amount of cookies. Like first bag contain 8 cookies, second bag contain 15 cookies, third bag contain 10 cookies and so on. Okay. So you are also given an integer k that denotes the number of children. So we have an integer k with us which denotes the number of children and we have to distribute all the bags of cookies to them. Okay, so we have to distribute all these 5 bags of cookies to two kids. In this case we have k is equal to 2, so basically we have two kids with us, so we have to distribute these bags among k kids. Okay, and all the cookies in the same bag must go to the same child and cannot be split. So basically if we are on the first bag we can give it to either kid. So we can give it to the first kid, okay, or we can give it to the second kid. We cannot split the bag and give half of the cookies to kid 1 or half of the cookies to kid 2. We cannot do that. We have to give the whole bag to any kid. Okay, so they have given the unfairness of the distribution is defined as the maximum total cookies obtained by a single child. So basically let us see, we have a distribution in which what they have done, they have given the first bag to the kid 1, second bag also to the kid 1 and the third bag is a fifth bag also to the kid 1 and the remaining third and fourth bag is given to kid 2. So the amount of cookies which first kid will get is 8 plus 15 plus 8, which is nothing but 31, and the amount of cookies which will be received by the second kid will be 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. So you can see that the maximum of these cookies given received by each either kid is nothing but maximum of both. So maximum of both is 31. So this is nothing but unfairness. So in this way they have defined unfairness of the distribution. And we have to return the minimum unfairness of all distributions. So basically this is one kind of distribution. There can be of many distribution and we have to give the minimum value of unfairness corresponding to each distribution. So this was basically one kind of distribution. So we have to go on each distribution and we have to get the minimum and unfairness and we have to minimize the value of unfairness. Okay, so how can we do this? So it is very clear that this question will be solved recursively using regression and some kind of backtracking will be used. So let us see how this backtracking and this recursion are going to be used in this question. Okay, so before I proceed further, let us have an index name. Let us have a pointer int. Later I will call it as int. Okay, so int will represent the index of the bag on which we are. So basically we are on the first bag, then the index will be 0. 0 because the array is 0 based indexing, not 1 based indexing. So if you are on the first bag, the index will be 0, int will be 0. So basically we are on the first bag. We have two choices among for this first bag. We can give this first bag to the first kid or we can give this bag to the second kid. In the same way, if we increase the value of int to the second bag, we are again with having two options with us. We can distribute this bag to the first kid or we can distribute or give this bag to the second kid and so on. So we can see that total distribution here are, so for the first bag we have two options, for the second bag two options, For the third bag we have also two options. For the fourth bag we have two options, and for the fifth bag we have two options. So in general, in general, we can say the total number of distribution is nothing but kids to the power n. Okay, where k is the total number of kids and n is the number of cookies bag. So you can see that this is amount total number of distribution. Okay, so we will go on a distribution and we will find the minimum unfairness. Okay, so let us say how can we code or how can we do recursion here. So basically we are on this first index. Okay, we are on the first bag. So let us say we give this first bag to the first kid. Okay, then what we will do, we will increase this value of int to the second bag, and again we will do the things recursively. We will give this bag to the first kid, or we can give this bag to the second kid. We have two options with us, so we will do the things recursively there. Okay, so let us say we got answer as answer 1 corresponding to this case. Answer 1 when we give first bag to first kid. Okay, so the first kid will receive 8 bags, 8 cookies. Okay, so this was the one case. Another case is that we give this first bag to second kid. So when we give this first bag to second kid, we have to do one thing. Okay, we have to remove this 8 cookies from the first kid. Okay, this is because we cannot distribute the cookies in more than one kids. Okay, we can distribute or give this cookie bag to one kid only. So we can either give it to the first kid or we can give it to the second kid, and when we are giving it to the second kid we cannot give it to the first kid. So so due to this we have removed the 8 cookies from the first kid, and now those 8 cookies will be given to the first kid. Okay, so again answer corresponding to this will be the answer 2 when we give first bag to second kid. So basically in this case, in this way we can do the things recursively and we will get the answer. Okay, so let us dive into the code. We have an integer int which is initialized by 0. This is the index of bag which is going to be distributed. Okay, and another vector of integer its which is resized with k and initialized with 0. This means it will store amount of cookies received by each kid, and after that we have an integer answer which will be returned further as our final answer. And we have our recursive function solve, and we will do some kind of recursion here and then we will return the value of answer. Okay, so let us write this recursive function void solve. So the parameters of this solve will be integer int and vector of int and kids, and because we are passing it with reference. Okay, vector of int and cookies and int and ends and in k. So these are the basic parameters. So first of all we will dive into the base case. So in base case what we will do, we have distributed all the bags, and now we are supposed to check the maximum of cookies given to each kid. So basically in this case int is nothing but cookies dot size. Okay, so when the int is cookies dot size we have to find unfairness. So int unfairness is equal to, let us initialize it with 0 and we are going to maximize it. So for auto ELE of kids, we are going to maximize this unfairness. So unfairness is nothing but maximum of unfairness comma ELE. So this is nothing but this is unfairness, and the final answer will be the minimum of all unfairness. So this was basically our base case, and now talking about main cases. So in this we have to give int back to each kid and solve the function for n plus 1 bag. So this is supposed to be done in the main case. So basically we are going to write a loop in which we are going to we are going to give int back to each of the k kids, okay, and we'll check the things. So if we are giving in each iteration we are giving int bag to ith kid, okay, so kids of I will be increased by cookies of int, and after that we will do the recursion. So solve int plus 1 kids, rest parameter will be passed as it is, cookies answer and k, okay, and this was basically a recursive part. And now talking about backtracking part, we have to remove the amount of cookies which was added from the kids. So this is basically a backtracking part. This is the most important step in the whole code. And now we have to pass the parameters of solve. So what are the parameters? Int, kids, cookies, answer and k. So let us see whether the code works or not. Mm, okay, we have to return our value in base case also. Okay, return. So yeah, you can see that the base test cases are passing. Let us see further to the main cases. Yeah, these cases are passing. So you can see how we have solved the question using backtracking and recursion. Basically, we are going to each bag. So we are going to each bag, and we are having two options. In this case, we are having two options. So basically, in general, we are having k options for each bag, and we will check for all k options, and we will solve the things recursively for the next bag. So this is what we have done here. We are checking for all k options, okay, we are adding cookies to all k kids, and we are checking for the next bag, and then for the next kid we have to remove the kids to cookies from the that kid. So this was the recursive and back tracking part, and this was the base case in which we have distributed all the cookies and we have to find unfairness. Okay, so in this way unfairness is fine. So I think I have cleared things properly. I have tried my best to explain this code. So if you have any kind of doubt, you can see the solution of mine in given link, which is there will be in description. You can see it from there also. So if you like my solution, you can like my video also. Thank you.